welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Blinded by the Light. So the point of our review is to give you a sense of what the movie's about and ultimately for you to figure out if you should go and watch this movie. So to help guide us through the process, we have a list of questions that we have prepared answers for. So let's get started. What is one word you'd use to describe the movie?
My word for this movie, unfortunately, ended up being predictable because I realized that I wasn't really shocked or, too interested in the movie. I was just sort of experiencing it play out.
I chose a very similar word, which is average. To me, this is your steak and potatoes movie, which I don't know why that means average because that sounds like an awesome dinner to me. But yeah, there are just no surprises in the movie. I feel like if you were to monitor my heart rate throughout this entire movie, which you probably can, it would just be flat the entire time. I'm saying I'm not dead. Yeah. There's no change, right? Because it was fine, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
So, next question. What is one phrase or sentence you would use to describe your experience watching the movie?
Yeah, my experience, my sentence is, you'll want to check your phone sometimes, because I think there are points in the movie where I could really just see myself pulling my phone out and just checking it right in the middle of a scene.
Yeah, that's very true. Surprisingly, I did not check my watch during this movie because it was still kind of fun to watch, but that's a great way of putting it. For me, mine was, this is such a great ad for Bruce Springsteen. Because many times I felt like, I know it's about, Javed and, his struggles kind of being a second generation immigrant to the UK. But, and I know that Bruce Springsteen helps him along and guides him through life, but it was just so overdone. I'm probably getting ahead of myself because I'm sure I'm going to talk about this later. So we'll just leave it at that. Next question is, how would you describe this movie to a friend, assuming that the friend has seen the trailer and generally knows kind of what it's about?
Yeah, I don't know how much of this comes out in the trailer. I would describe it as just an 80s culture clash that waxes philosophical.
That is far more intellectual than what I put. What I put was, it is exactly what the trailer makes it out to be. No more, no less. I know we have alluded to this significantly by saying it's average, it's predictable, but honestly there's just no other way for me to really describe to someone, because I felt like the trailer just showed its hand. That's what the movie is.
Very true.
So next, what did you like most about the movie?
I think that the part I enjoyed the most was the father's character. I thought
Interesting.
I thought that it was cast really well, played really well. Funny, and also really important, especially some of the beliefs that the father holds were really critical to the movie. So I think that the father in particular was great. Yeah.
Did you dislike or not understand any of his beliefs or anything that he was telling his kids?
No, I think it made a lot of sense, but that's where the clash comes in, because it's really his beliefs that he brought over from Pakistan to the UK.
Yeah.
And watching that sort of unfold.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't think the father was really in the wrong. Yes, sometimes, he's 100% his intentions, are good, but oftentimes, to the kids, they may appear misguided. For me, what I loved most was Javed's interactions with everyone except his family. Because whenever he was interacting with his family, it was kind of tense. There was a lot of arguing. But the moments when I smiled and really enjoyed is when he and Matt, one of his friends' father, were singing along to Springsteen. It was such a cute scene, and seeing them poke fun at Matt, right? And then also, I actually, even though this is cheesy, and I typically hate cheesy, especially romantic cheesy, but when Javed and Matt's dad were serenading Javed's future girlfriend, I thought it was so cute. I mean, I don't think you would ever come across anything like that, in modern day, but back in the 80s, maybe one would call it. I wasn't alive then, but yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. So next, what did you dislike most about the movie?
So for me, I put that I disliked how corny some of the lyrics could be when they were going through it. And not that a little bit wasn't in good taste, but I remember there was a scene where he was going in to kiss his girlfriend, which was a big deal. And it became so memey how he was like singing.
It was like 12 lines
it was
worth.
like 12 lines worth, and I feel like at that point it became overdone, and it was actually funny, but I don't think that they meant for it to be funny like that.
There's something about like going after your dreams, like seize your dreams, pay the price. But they're literally like this close about the kiss.
Yeah.
And it's like 12 lines later, we're still here, haven't kissed yet. That is funny because that is exactly what I put. But not that scene specifically. I just said there's just too much Springsteen music to the point where I was a little confused. I was kind of like, is this movie supposed to be, is Bruce Springsteen the main character, or is Javin the main character? Because honestly, I can't really tell anymore. He was constantly mouthing the words and playing the music, which I understand music has a huge impact, can have a huge impact on someone's life. For me, in the first years of college, I listened to music all the time because it helped me understand and made me feel like other people could relate. But it was just overdone. So we are on the same page when it comes to that one.
Absolutely.
So second to last question, what would you rate the movie?
I would rate this movie 6 out of 10 cut flannels. So basically, meat and potatoes. Yeah, it was really meat and potatoes. The themes were uplifting and fun to engage with. But in the end, I think that nothing really put it ahead of the pack too much.
I thought about using cut flannels actually for my item, but I went with something extremely subtle. I gave it 4.5 out of 10 gold bangles.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's very small, but it's something that I actually really like that Java did. But yeah, for the very same reasons, I'm more of a movie critic. When it comes to like Rotten Tomato scores, usually my opinion is more in line with the critics and the audience score. So for me, I was going to give it 5 out of 10, right? Because I said it was average, but it was just, especially after watching it, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, that's right, I watched the movie. So that's why I notched it a little lower. And so finally, the last question is, would you recommend this movie?
I would recommend that you see this movie.
Interesting.
If you run out of things to see. So it's not, it's not a really, really strong recommendation.
Yeah.
But it's definitely enjoyable. And if you have a reason to go see this movie, then I would say, go see that.
Essentially, I have the same recommendation, which is, I know everyone hates it when you don't have an opinion, but I am just so neutral on this one. I would not put my stamp of approval on this, but at the same time, I would not caution you against it. So if anything, if you need to kill time, you've seen everything else, it was fine. Like during the movie, I wasn't bored. I never considered leaving. I never checked my watch or checked my phone or anything like that, but it's just not something I can urge you to go out of your way and spend money and go do.
I wouldn't urge someone to go see it unless it spoke to them or something, or if they felt so strongly about the subject matter. Luckily for them, it's all in the trailer. So if any of that speaks to you, then go see the movie. Yeah, the trailer is essentially the movie in a nutshell, honestly. Basically, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.